Coming up, we have our review of the brand new Disney Pixar film Onward, and we're going to cover it in a spoiler-filled manner.
Would you say we're going on a quest to cover this movie?
I hope you're not leading this quest, because we'll be lost. Welcome back to Eye to Eye, Disney Through Our Eyes. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jessica.
And in this edition, we're going to be breaking down Onward in our movie review. Jessica's super excited about this one.
Spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. I freaking love this movie.
I don't think that's... Saying you love the movie is not like a spoiler.
Well, I mean, if they were waiting till the end to figure out how I really felt about
You
it.
just scared the cat. Oh my goodness. Simmer
She just
down a
left.
little bit. I mean,
I just love this movie. Okay, let's get into it.
So, hold on. Can we just take a second to appreciate the complete contrast of last year with opening, I think, Captain Marvel. And then this year, we open up with Pixar Onward. And you are just like over the moon about this movie.
I would go see this again today.
Well, let's go then.
No,
Let's
let's
stop
save
this
our
right
money.
now.
Let's save our money.
We do have like 50,000 other movies to see this year, so.
But I really actually love this movie.
I mean, so I guess tell me why a little bit.
I don't know.
Overview of why you loved it.
Okay, it was comical. It was action-packed, but not like Fast and Furious action-packed, which is not my type of action. This is like
I'm really Fast and Furious.
This is like Cars level action. So there's action.
Cars is more Fast and Furious. I'm not following.
It makes sense in my head. There's not like
Oh,
romance, which is kind of good. Like I'm so sick of these movies and all being about romance. So there's none of that. There's none of this mushy stuff. Like it was just exciting. It was thrilling. It was like sweet and sappy right at the end, but it wasn't what you expected. And it was just, it was so good. And it kind of gave me Star Wars vibes at one point.
Excuse me? What? Whoa, time out. Time out, man. Where on earth did you get Star Wars?
We're going way to the end.
Okay, hold on. Should we stop first and let you do your 60-second review before we... Okay, now I'm going to put a pin in this, because there ain't no Star Wars in this. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're going to get there.
There ain't nobody's hand. There's nobody's hands getting chopped off.
I'll tell you.
There's no Death Stars.
I'll tell you. Let's do the 60-second review. I think I got this one.
All right, if you've watched our channel before, you know what this is. If you haven't, normally what we do in our movie reviews is Jessica does some type of review at 60 or 30 seconds, depending on how long the film or the series is. So for a movie, we give her 1 minute to recap the entire plot. And as a reminder,
it doesn't ever go well.
No, it doesn't. Never.
But let's try.
But as a reminder, this is spoiler-filled. So if you've not seen this movie, this is your final warning. Leave. Go away. Do something else. Onward to somewhere else. All right, Jessica, 1 minute. The plot of Onward, here you go.
So this movie starts out with Ian and Barley, and their dad has died when Ian was before he was even born, and when Barley was a little kid. So when Ian turns 16, they like get this little magic wand thingy-majig and this Phoenix gem, and there's this like map thing where they can bring him back to life. And apparently Ian has all these magical powers that nobody knew that he had. And Barley is like really into these like wizard games and stuff, and so but he doesn't have these magic powers. They try to bring the dad back, and then it only comes up to his legs or something, and so they need another Phoenix gem. So they have to go on a quest to get the Phoenix gem because there's only like a few in the world. So they go on this quest and this, oh my gosh, in this van! They get in Barley's van, and they've got the dad with the legs and everything. And so they're trying to get the Phoenix gem, and then they have to go to see this lady, this manticore lady, and she's really scary, and she helps them, and they get this gem, but when they get the gem, it like creates this dragon that'll kill them. But that's how they get the dad back. So then they get the dad, and they get the dad back, and then like, but they only have like an hour because they only have 24 hours with them. So then the dragon comes to life, and then the mom and the manticore have to come, and they have to kill the dragon so that they can see the dad. But Barley only gets to see the dad, but then Ian realizes that Ian and Barley are best friends.
That's it. It's not bad, actually. Not bad. Not good. But not bad. I think at some point you like said like the mom and the dad, the person, and that's like I kept hearing like groupings of people put together, and it was going so fast I wasn't able to like.
I was fine until you kept like telling me the times, and that just really stressed me.
Do you not want an update?
No.
Fine, never again on this one. Okay, so there's your review of the overall plot of the film. Let's get a little deep dive into this. Let me pull the pin out and come back to what we were talking about.
Let's talk about Star Wars. So hear me out. Remember at the end where they're like on this thing and they see the sunset and they see the water and they're on the rocks. Okay. You remember in Star Wars?
I'm seeing Hercules in my head. I'm not lying.
Just listen. Remember in Star Wars when Luke dies and he's over those rocks, over the water, and he's
# spoilers.
And he's like,
no.
Okay.
If that's what reminded you of Star Wars in this, I thought she was going to go for the father and son dynamic. None of that.
No.
Okay. All right. Well,
But do you get it? Do you see what I'm saying?
No.
Oh, yes, you
no.
do. You are lying.
You got to move on from you and your Star Wars references and everything. You have Star Wars on the brain, ma'am. Okay, how about this? Let's just walk through here some of the characters and talk about them a little bit. Obviously, Ian and Barley are our main characters.
Yes.
They are.
And apparently they're elves.
Yes, they are elves. The whole Lightfoot family. So Ian, Barley, Laurel Lightfoot, which is the widowed mother.
And Wilden.
Wilden, what a name.
Wilden.
We
said it at the same time.
Wilden Lightfoot is the deceased father that they're trying to bring back. So Ian and Barley are brothers. Barley is the older brother. He actually knew their father for a little bit. I got the impression it was like 4 years old type of...
Like a toddler.
Toddler type of thing. Enough to remember him and some things about him. But unfortunately, he passed away before Ian was born. Mm-hmm. So Ian only has pictures and memories. So it already kind of sets up the feels. And I'm going to be honest, they go for the feels real early in this. When Ian's listening to that thing of his dad.
Oh, there's this cassette tape of his dad's voice, and they're like, the dad and the mom are like testing out a recorder or something. Oh my gosh, that like just broke your heart.
It is. And so, it's kind of, you understand that obviously he longs for a relationship with Wilden, their dad. But Barley obviously has this relationship, but he never really talks about it in great detail.
Well, and he talks about he only has 4 distinct memories.
Right. Well, he said 3.
But then comes back to 4.
Because he doesn't like to talk about the 4th one. Yeah. Which was?
Something about when his dad was really sick, I guess Barley didn't go say bye.
Right.
Because he was too scared.
Well,
because he was a preschooler.
And they didn't specifically say what he died of, but they said a sickness. So we can assume it's cancer-ish.
Serious illness.
Type of illness, and then he said that it was hooked up to the machines that were trying to help him.
And he got scared.
And he always regretted that, which is going to come back to the end of this thing, which is really cool ending out of all this. But throughout this whole thing, you're going on a journey with Ian.
A quest
to try and find a way to bring their dad back, because he actually gives them the opportunity with a spell.
Right, with a spell and a wand thingamajig and a phoenix gem, which the phoenix gem is the thing that you need.
It's the MacGuffin. You don't know what a MacGuffin is, do you?
Nope.
The MacGuffin is the thing that you're searching for in... So, for instance, let me think of something. The Gauntlet in Avengers Endgame.
Fair.
That's the MacGuffin that everybody wants.
Well, they had a Phoenix Gem.
Yes.
But they used it and...
broke it because Barley came in.
Barley, who doesn't have magic, messed it up.
Well, it's not necessarily that he
that.
doesn't have magic. It's just that he came in and
he doesn't have magic
messed
powers.
up Ian when he was doing it.
So they have to go get a second Phoenix Gem to finish the body because they only have 24 hours with their dad, and that's it. So they're going on this quest to find the Phoenix Gem, and it was this really like comical quest because it was kind of the brothers kept like butting heads about which road to take, the road less traveled, the faster road.
Which I agree with Barley on this. It's never the easy. What I always tell you.
See,
the best things in life
are never easy.
Are never easy. And
case in point, marriages.
Wow. I guess that's a good thing that you said that, but
I said the best thing in life.
But yeah, the quest was fun. It's got a lot of adventure and a lot of funny things that happen throughout.
Yes.
The dad being...
Them putting the dad... Yeah, the dad's only, hips down. So they connect his belt loops.
His hips don't lie?
Oh my gosh. They connect his belt loops to a dog leash. Like one of those retractable dog leashes, and they're dragging the dad around. I thought that was comical. I love that.
Come on, Dad. Come on. Over here, boy. And I thought it was really cool what they did with the lower half of his body, too, to try to emote a little bit, where he, feels with his feet to touch and to kind of figure out who it is. And it was a cool, like, when they realized that little bond that he and Barley had about how they knew how he could figure out who it was by the little or whatever he did, the little tap. And then that's how he knew it was Barley, and then you could almost see the hesitancy when he goes to tap Ian.
Because he never met him.
He never met him and he wasn't sure, But that was a really cool special moment there. It's weird. Like, so you're staring at this half body the entire time.
Right, like what do you do? Like, do you hug your dad's legs? Like,
that's what you did as a kid. Could you imagine the both of them that size now just hanging on to the two legs?
I did.
Why didn't y'all put that in there, Pixar? That would have been hilarious.
You know what I did love was when they were on this quest and they're like climbing mountains and everything, how Barley would put the dad's legs over his shoulders. and like carry him.
That was pretty
It's
funny.
kind of like a funny twist
little,
of fate.
It's a little weird, you know, how things change over time.
Yeah.
Things like that.
So they're on this quest, and they have to go meet the Manticore. I think we need to talk about her.
So yeah, let's because this brings together and it tells a little bit more story of the Manticore and then Laurel Lightfoot too, because they kind of go on their own quest.
Right.
To quest for the people that are questing. There's so much questing.
So basically, Barley has this game that's like all mythical creatures and like some kind of mythical game. So he knows a lot about history. Yeah,
mythical world.
So when they realize they need this Phoenix gem, he's like, "Oh, I've got the cards." And blah blah blah. So then he realizes they need to go to the Manticore's tavern. Well, they get there and it's like a restaurant. And so when they get there, the Manticore is there, but it's like a cartoon character. It's a costume. I don't know what to call it.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
It's
like
basically
a mascot,
it's basically
I guess.
Chuck E. Cheese.
But it was so funny. So she comes out and she's like, "Yeah, here's the map," and it's like this little kid map that they color on. So she was one of my favorite characters because she was hilarious.
Very funny, and she is one of our favorite people because Octavia Spencer is the voice actress, and she's an Auburn fan. We are Auburn fans as well. So
Auburn
War Eagle
grads.
to you, Octavia. So there's that little connection we have with that. What do you think about Laurel Lightfoot, the mom?
I love her. Obviously, she is really strong because she raised these two elves on her own, not boys, elves.
Elves.
She's really funny because she's dating this guy that's a centaur.
This is what you love. Colt.
Yeah,
Colt Bronco.
I don't know. She is such the mom. You know, she's like doing the Pilates or some kind of workout video at the beginning.
Of steel type thing, you know?
She's in a workout video in the beginning, and I don't know. She's just so like quintessential mom, and she's like, will do anything to save her boys.
Right.
And I just love that. And so like she gets in the car with this giant person thing, winged scorpion.
Can we talk? I had no clue what a manticore was. Okay,
yeah.
I was thinking when we saw the trailer, I didn't notice the scorpion tail in the back. I saw wings. I saw a lion body. I was like, oh, it's like a sphinx. That's what they really mean. Why didn't they just call it sphinx? But I didn't know there was a scorpion tail. That threw me for a loop in that one. That was just a little weird. Never heard of that before. So we had like manticore, elves. Trolls, centaurs you brought up.
There's mermaids at the beginning.
Pixies, mermaids. So they had all kinds of mythical
and they
dragons.
kept saying, like, it used to be a really mythical world.
Yep. A really magical world, not mythical world. Because mythical world mean it wasn't actually.
Okay.
I'm getting technical.
Sorry.
Down in the weeds.
Magical.
What about Colt? You really loved him.
Colt Bronco cracks me up. First of all, how are you going to have a centaur as a cop? He can't even get in and out of his car very quickly.
Did you see him like actually sitting in the car?
Yes.
That's the entire time.
He's like trying to... And then when the mom invites him in for coffee and he like destroys everything. Yeah, I love that.
That's a pretty interesting relationship right now. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
That's just... I don't... We're gonna,
okay, next.
Okay.
Next.
Awkwardness.
Next.
The Pixies were another great.
They were so funny. So these Pixies are like these biker people.
Yeah.
And when they have to go get gas, because of course Barley he runs out of gas because that's so Barley. Mm-hmm. And they have to walk and go get gas. Well, Ian had actually accidentally used his magical powers and made Barley really small. So now he's got this really small brother and the dad who just has legs. And then Ian. And so he's going into this convenience store to get gas. And they run into these Pixies.
Yep.
And they are angry and they are mean. And in the whole time I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so mean. So, but it was hysterical.
Well,
I
don't
loved them.
so much like that sequence with them as the actual car chase that they got into. That was really funny because at the same time you've got the whole Pixie dynamic of a Pixie biker gang, but you've got Barley who's been under the influence of that shrinking spell by accident. And that, plays into that, it's just a lot of funny slapstick comedy that played really well.
And Ian, who doesn't know how to drive, hardly at all, and so he's going down the interstate at 70 miles an hour, and here's these Pixies.
Merge, dang it, merge! All right, let's talk about the bittersweet ending.
Yeah.
So, as we've already brought up, unfortunately, at the end for Ian, he does not actually get to meet his dad. He does get to see a far-off, distant view of his dad actually come to fruition after they won the final battle with the dragon, and part of me really hurts for Ian because he was the one we're following this entire time.
Right.
And he wanted so much to meet his dad. And he did in a way, but not truly get to see his face, hear his voice there in person. But as we come to find out, Barley's fourth memory was that terrible memory of not hearing. And I thought, what a great moment of brotherly love, of saying...
Of brotherly sacrifice.
Right.
That's sacrificial love.
Right.
Ian saying, you get the moment with Dad.
Right.
I'll take care of this. And I love this movie because there was such a good like message. So the sacrificial love that Ian gave to his brother, but also Ian kind of finding his voice. And Ian was this really geeky, scared kid at the beginning that a lot of us can relate to, if we're being honest. But by the end, Ian's realized like he's got his own voice and he's powerful and he's found all this courage from within, and where he was looking for it from his dad, it was within him all along.
Right.
And Barley was that person that, you know, he grew up with, and that Barley helped him become the man or the boy, whatever you want to call the 16-year-old that he is today.
And I think Ian's able to make peace with the fact that he never truly got to meet his dad because he's not living with the regret that Barley had. And I think he understood in that moment that I've learned, it's sad for me that I never got it, but I've learned to live without my dad in a way. That doesn't mean that you don't love him. But,
of course not.
But Barley needs that closure to be able to say, I finally said goodbye.
And I think Ian was always searching for something that wasn't there. Right. And he was always like, what if? What if my dad was here? What if? What if? But then after this, it's like Ian appreciates his relationship with Barley and how quirky and how weird Barley is. And, you know, but they realize like, I've got a lot. I may not have this one thing that's so important to me, but look what I do have. And I think that's so important, and that anybody can take away a piece of that message, whether you've lost a parent or not. Like we've all got things in our lives that we wish we had. Right. But the message of the movie was like recognizing what you do have and not focusing on what you don't. So I just love this movie. I loved all the messages that it gave.
Pixar does it again, man.
I mean, honestly, this is like one of my top 3 Disney movies of all time. I love Coco as a Pixar movie so much. It's a good movie.
That I don't think anything can ever beat that. But this was really up there. You know, I'm going to have to sit down and think about it for a little bit. But Pixar
I'm telling you, Kyle, this is like...
Does it again?
This goes back to beat some of my childhood favorites that I have loved for 20 years.
Well, look out, Little Mermaid. Look out, whatever.
No, literally, it just beat out Little Mermaid. And that's been my favorite forever.
Wow, that's incredible. That's pretty crazy.
I don't know that it's going to beat out Robin Hood, but...
I know. The day that something beats out, does it beat Fox and the Hound for you?
Yeah, but it doesn't beat Sword and Stone or Robin Hood.
Oh, there you go.
Those are the 2.
So there's the line that we found right now. It's got a long way to try to beat The Lion King and Goofy movie and stuff like that for me.
Fair.
But it's really good. And I'll have to take some time to really think about it. All right, rapid fire. Your favorite main character?
Barley.
Barley for me as well. Yeah. I am Barley. Like, I'm the older brother. Yeah. I'm the one, again, we have actually both been through this similar scenario. We have lost dads, so we both kind of underappreciate the older sibling.
And we're both oldest children. Right. That's true. Whoa. We are Barley, and we're nerds. Geeks,
some of
dweebs.
Us more than others.
I'm a happy nerd.
Favorite minor character?
The dog.
The dog.
I don't know what the dog's name is.
Blazy.
Blazy, that little dragon thingy that's like...
You just like, because it reminds you of a cat, basically. I know it was a dog.
Kind of reminds me of like a ferret, which I've never had a ferret, but I think I'd probably like that.
No.
I know.
No. What are you doing? Oh my goodness.
Maybe a guinea pig?
No. My favorite minor character, characters were the Pixies. And mainly their leader. I forget his name, but that was a really funny one there too. And so I think that's our general thoughts about it. If you had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 5 on how likely you would go watch it again, what would you rate it?
5. 100% 5.
I'd rate it a 5 too. We're starting off on a really high note with this.
2020 is our year. 2019 started out like crap.
How are you more excited about a year that doesn't have Avengers Endgame?
Praise God!
Far From
Thank
Home,
goodness!
Star Wars Episode 9, The Lion King, Aladdin. Come on.
Those were some good movies. But Onward... Kyle, I liked Onward better than every movie I saw last year.
All right, there you have it. So we recommend you go see it. Now we want to know from you what you thought about the movie. If you've seen it as well, share with us down in the comments section below what you thought about it. Spoiler filled there. Obviously, it's free to do that down there because we've warned people enough. If you're still here and you don't want to be spoiled, too late. Sorry about that.
Whoops.
Make sure you vote in our poll as well. What else should they do?
If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content.
And that's all we have for you in this edition of Eye to Eye, but until we assemble again,
may the Force be with you.
And we'll see you real soon.
Bye.
Magic.
And you like Houston?
You know.
I thought they've already played Sienna.
The only one extreme in this video is you.
I'm so excited.
Extremely weird.
Yes.